going on, you guys? DevSynchro here. Welcome to the YouTube channel and Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Glad you guys are here with us in the new year. I know I took a little bit of a break for the holidays, for the winter season. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys and your quality time with your loved ones, your friends, and your families with a lot of content. I was also dealing with some personal stuff, including my birthday. But we're back. We're into the new year and we're ready to go. And to show you that I'm back, I wanted to unload a lot of my interview videos this week. At least one interview video per day, starting on this more phenomenal Monday with my beautiful, funny conversation with the amazing Campbell Cooley. This was a lot of fun. It was my first guest interview ever. This was the first time I've ever had the opportunity to talk to someone of this caliber. And it culminated to this wonderful gift that he gave me at the end of the interview. So enjoy my wonderful conversation with the amazingly talented Campbell Cooley. Theme music. What's going on, you guys? DevSynchro here, live at rangerstop Orlando with the amazing, illustrious Campbell Cooley. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So second day of rangerstop coming to a close. How's the convention been treating you?
Listen, rangerstop is one of my favorite conventions to do. It's so intimate. It's so personal. Everyone's like family. The staff are amazing. I'm having a great time, and I'm so glad to be here.
Excellent. So you have a very interesting perspective of while you have made a couple of appearances as you in the franchise, you are mainly known for your voice. You've been doing it for 18 years. How is your experience different from like the Power Rangers, who are kind of known for what they look like?
That's really hard to answer. I mean, like it's I guess it's one of those things where if you haven't had the whole spectrum, you don't really know what you're missing or not missing or something. Right. To me, it just was. And I was, my background is actually in theater, and I had already been working as a film actor for several years before I got into Power Rangers as a voice actor. Right. And for me, it was just like the next logical transition. And once I kind of got the gist of it, it just was like second nature. There was a running gag that, because I spent so much time at this one particular recording studio recording for Power Rangers and other shows as well, it was suggested that they just put a cot in the corner and I'll just sleep there, and then I'll get up, do my voice work, and then go back to sleep, So that's kind of a long-winded answer. Sorry.
No, it's a valid answer. So what is it like being known for your voice in Power Rangers for such a long time, touching different kinds of generations? Because I remember watching SPD for the first time, and it was one of my favorite seasons. And now you reached the end. You were in Cosmic Fury. You reached the new generation. So what's it like actually being a part of so many generations of Power Ranger fans?
That's really hard to answer because and I'm embarrassed to say this, but this is my standard answer.
Yeah.
When the show came out, I was not the demographic.
Right.
I was already in my 20s, so it wasn't a show I watched. And then by the time I started doing voice work for the show, to me it was just like, they were making the show in New Zealand,
right. And
I know this sounds ridiculous to say, but like back in the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't know how the shows that we were making were impacting the rest of the world. Like I was in several episodes of Xena Warrior Princess. I had no idea it was the most popular show in the world. And there were so many other shows like that I worked on. So, when I got into doing Power Rangers, I had no idea it was this pop culture phenomenon. To me, it was just I got rent to pay, so I would go in, I'd do the job, and then I'd leave, and then it wasn't until so my first gig was in 2005 on SPD, and it wasn't until maybe 2017 I was like, I need to understand this franchise a bit more. So I went back and I binge watched everything from Mighty Morphin to Dino Thunder in 3 months, and my brain was fried. But I kind of was like, okay, I think I'm getting this series a little bit more now, and so even now, you know, I look back on it and I'm like, I kind of feel like I understand it, but I still, the full weight of what I'm involved with hasn't hit me yet. And you know, when I come to these conventions, and you know, the fans are lovely, and they say, "Oh, your work has been amazing," and it's kind of like, it doesn't register. It's like, but me, I'm just paying my bills. I'm not, you know, but you know, it has impacted so many people, and I'm truly grateful to be a part of such a amazing franchise.
It's so weird to hear you say that it hasn't hit you, the impact that your voice has on this franchise, because every time I talk to anybody as people who interviewed you or just fans that have attended and reached to your table, they always say like how passionate you are about what you do, and you talk about like the franchise like it's such a big deal to you. So what does this fandom or community do for you in that sense?
Again, that's a really complex question. I don't know that I can give a really satisfactory answer. I would say the one thing that I really have taken away from these conventions and interacting with the fans is just I feel very humbled that, you know, I've been able to contribute so much to something that has impacted so many people, even if I don't fully understand that impact. So that's the best answer I can give.
No, it's a wonderful answer. And one of the characters you play was Alpha 6, fantastic. And we had the other Alpha suit actor here, and you guys had dinner at Cheddar's, which was one of the events for rangerstop Orlando. How was that?
That was awesome. We got to have dinner with some fans, and it was just, we shared amazing stories working on the show, and that was a lot of fun.
So, well, your career doesn't end with Power Rangers. You've gone on. You start actually in the middle of it. You were Urashima from One Piece, and now you're in this beautiful piece of samurai, and you're in like other well-known franchises: Overlord, Fairy Tail, Paw Patrol. So what was there a weird transition from Power Rangers to that, or how is the fandom different for you?
You know, I don't know how to explain it. Like I haven't done enough anime conventions yet to really experience, you know, the other side of the coin. What I will say is that had I not had those 18 years working on Power Rangers, I don't think I would have transitioned into anime voice work as well as I did, because it's a completely different beast. Like, you know, when I mean, I don't want to like lump all anime recording into the same, you know, experience, but there's so much anime out there being made and so much that needs to be dubbed. You know, I will go in to record something. I usually don't know what I'm going in to record. I'll see the character, they'll put up the lines, and it's like, go. And it's like, I have 4 seconds to come up with a voice for this. So had I not had all those years working on Power Rangers, you know, I think the transition into anime would have been a little harder, but I think I've done okay. I think just about every character I've done so far in anime, it wasn't based on an audition. They liked me, they brought me in, they're like, okay, we need a voice for this. And it's just like, okay, no pressure, you know. And that's what happened with Hiroshima. You know, he was like, I had gone in a few weeks earlier, I'd done some pirates, you know, it's like, anybody can do a pirate. And so I got called in, and I thought I was gonna be doing like, you know, a one-line character or something. And they flashed up, you know, Hiroshima, and then they flashed up the dialogue, and then I was hearing the little sound that indicates they're about to record. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Whoa, what? Was there an audition I did that informed you to bring me in for this? They said, no, we trust you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I had 4 seconds to come up with the voice for Hiroshima. And I think it works, but you know, it was just, had I not had all those years of working on Power Rangers and other voice jobs as well, I don't think I would have done as well.
Absolutely. So you do anime, you do villains, you've done yourself, you've done robots, and you've also done the Morpher. You've done the Morpher for Dino Charge. So was that any kind of different process or technique for you?
The Morpher was the easiest job on Power Rangers I did. In fact, it was so strange because I was so used to doing all these monsters and these voices and everything, and they brought me in. They said, we need something for this Morpher, and they said, we want you to do something. And I guess I don't know how they described it to me, and of course, it just came to me, and it's like T-Rex Charger engage, and they were like, that's it.
That's beautiful.
And it was like the easiest voice job for Power Rangers I've done in 18 years. And I love sharing this with fans because everyone just knows me as Snide, and they don't realize that I was this other ongoing voice. And whenever I do that, it's like a kid on Christmas morning. They're like, "Oh my gosh!"
So how long did that take? Because you had to do like all of the battery, all of the chargers, all of the attacks, all of the little stuff that the weapons had to say. So how long did that take?
Maybe 2 or 3 recording sessions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking they were going to bring me in for like every episode, and they thought of everything this Morpher could say, and literally I went in. It was just like one recording session, boom, we probably got like 70% of it done. The next recording session, boom, got the rest of it done, and then there might have been some follow-up, and it was just like, okay, you're done. I'm like, I want to do more.
That's amazing. Well, we've already gone in depth into how long your career has been, how deep your career in Power Rangers has been, and now you're moving into anime. What is the secret to your longevity, not just with your vocal techniques, but also just having a voice acting career like this?
Again, that's a really complex question. Good question. I would say, yes, you have to be talented. Not that I think I'm super talented or anything, but you have to have a certain amount of talent. Otherwise, they're just not going to use you. But for me, I think the biggest secret is just be easy to work with. Over the years, I've been in sessions where people were just difficult to work with. And it's just this isn't hard. All you got to just do what we ask you to do, and you'll get paid. And trust us, trust the process. It'll be a great experience. So just be easy to work with. And I've seen people that were difficult to work with, and they were never brought back. So I'd say that's really important. Get along with it and trust the people who are directing you. I know that sometimes that's hard to let go. So
Right. So one last question. You have numerous characters to choose from, and feel free to not answer this because it may be another complex question. Who is your favorite character that you've done, and who's your least favorite character that you've done?
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble here. It's hard to say. I mean, I really love them all for different reasons. Yeah. I really do enjoy doing Cosmo Royale because he's a lot of fun. Yeah. But my favorite character is Scrozzle. Okay? Oh, yeah. I love Scrozzle so much. Yeah, so I love Scrozzle. My least favorite, it's not that the voice was bad. It was just I don't think it was right for the character. Right. And it was from Ninja Steel. Oh. So in addition to doing Cosmo Royale, I was also the voice of Ripcon.
Oh, yeah.
And Ninja Steel was the one season where the producers asked for very specific kinds of voices. They said, we think this voice is like this. For Galvanax, it was like a World Federation wrestler. Right. And then and they had a brief for what they thought Ripcon should sound like. And I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. But I wanted the job, so it's like I gave them what they wanted. And, it's like, I got the job. I don't know that the voice suits the character, but, so I wouldn't say I dislike the voice. It's just, maybe the voice would be better for something else.
Somebody else. Yeah, okay. I mean, as far as I remember, Ripcon was a really great character, really well executed as far as I remember. Well, thank you so much for your time. Is there any new projects that you're working on at the moment?
So the producers of Paw Patrol, they are making a new series. It came out earlier this year. It's called Mail with Mr. Zip. And it's the same kind of format. It's 2 minutes long, cute characters, lots of animals, and it follows the adventures of a mailman and his best friend, of an American eagle. And I'm the narrator. So,
wow.
So they've had, they put it out in February, and as of like a month ago, it's already got over 50 million views. So we just started recording season 2. And so check it out.
Awesome. Well, this has been such a pleasure. I apologize for all of my complex questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Those are the best kinds of questions, all right?
Thank you so much. Where can people find you on the internet?
Okay, I'm on most social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. So as a general rule, just type in Campbell Cooley. You should be able to find my social media. I think my Instagram account is Real Campbell Cooley, but in any case, just Google my name and you'll find it.
Yeah. Well, this has been the amazing, the talented, the illustrious Campbell Cooley, and I appreciate the time and to talk to you. And stay in touch and stay in tune. Flip your channels. You never know. You'll hear his voice. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Check him out at the last day of Ranger Stop tomorrow and any other conventions for the Power Rangers. Thank you guys. I will see you. Bye.
Cheers.